this was just a terrible game. The 49ers dominated us on all three cylinders: offense, defense, special teams. We just couldn't get anything going. I mean, the 49ers dominated us. I know the 49ers, they're a really good team, 11-4, one of the, if not the best team in the NFC, because I feel like they're better than the Eagles. But allowing 37 points to them is absolutely terrible. The defense wasn't good at all today. I mean, like, no one would, I mean, it was just terrible for the defense. Deron Payne had a solid game. Jonathan Allen had a solid game. The D line had solid games. Chase Young was pretty good actually in his return from the ACL injury. He had a pass deflection. He had a bat down from one of Brock Purdy's passes, and he also made a couple nice tackles. But the secondary was getting cooked by Brock Purdy. Absolutely cooked. Brock Purdy was 15 for 22, 234 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He did throw an imp that was from Derek Forrest, but Derek Forrest, he did not play good today. I'm sorry. He just wasn't good today. He just wasn't. And despite this one interception that the receiver should have caught it, but it bounced off his hands and into Derek Forrest's hands. I mean, Derek Forrest just wasn't good today, and it really showed that we needed Cam Curl out there. This defense, it showed we really needed Cam Curl out there because Jeremy Reeves, Jeremy Reeves was okay, but Percy Butler, it just wasn't looking good. He just wasn't. And we really needed Cam Curl out there. Fortunately, injured, he couldn't play. And I mean, the 49ers took advantage of that and our defense, our secondary got cooked. George Kittle went crazy. 6 catches, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, both of his touchdowns, 30 plus yards. So we just can't allow that. We really can't. Brandon Ayuk, he had 5 catches for 81 yards. Jawan Jennings, 2 catches for 21 yards. And so with the running game, I mean, we did a pretty good job of stopping Christian McCaffrey. But that first touchdown for the 49ers, I mean, it was a reverse to Ray McLeod, and it went all the way for 75 yards. I mean, that was terrible defense on that play. I mean, I don't know how we could ever allow that. I mean, I could never imagine this defense allowing that to ever happen. So we can't do that. This defense was awful today. And so this defense has been pretty good ever since like week 5, week 6. But today was not the day. And obviously the 49ers are a really good team. But allowing 37 points is really it's crazy. It's insane. And it was really 30 points because the last minute touchdown from the 49ers late in the game. They just wanted to get it to just make sure we wouldn't really come back from behind and take the lead or tie it up. But it was just a terrible game from the defense. Terrible, terrible, terrible all around. Nothing really positive to say about that. The offense, Scott Turner, he's got to go. I don't care what Ron Rivera thinks. He's got to go. Scott Turner, he's absolutely terrible. First of all, in the first quarter, we were down in the red zone, right? The passing game was working. We were hitting dimes. Heinicke was actually throwing the ball good to Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel, and Terry McLaurin. But Scott Turner decides to run it 4 times in a row. The first 3 with Brian Robinson. We got really close to the end zone, to the 2nd-yard line. And I'm like, you know what? Run it one more time to Brian Robinson. He'll probably get in. But no, he runs it with Antonio Gibson in the gun, first of all. Not up the middle, but in the gun. And, I mean, Scott Turner, Antonio Gibson's not getting that. I love Antonio Gibson, but Brian Robinson's better. He can push his way through in the end zone. He has the strength to do that. Antonio Gibson, he's more of a weapon. He's not doing that. So why run it with Antonio Gibson when you have a bell cow back in Brian Robinson? So Scott Turner, he was terrible today. No excuses. He's got to go this offseason. I don't care what the coaching staff says, what Ron Rivera says. He's got to go. No excuses at all. And I guess we can go with the quarterbacks. Taylor Heinicke, 13 for 18, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That interception was terrible. He deserves to be benched for that because Taylor Heinicke just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. And first of all, earlier in the game as well, he almost got another one of his balls picked off. So Taylor Heinicke, he wasn't good. He wasn't good at all. He deserved to be benched. That interception, I don't know who he was trying to throw it to, but it was terrible for Taylor Heinicke. That interception was terrible, and I know he fumbled on our previous drive as well before the interception, before the drive he threw the interception on, but that really wasn't his fault. The O-line was garbage today. Run blocking and pass blocking. And Nick Bosa's a beast. He got the forced fumble on Taylor Heinicke, so I really can't blame Taylor Heinicke for that. But the interception, that's all 100% Taylor Heinicke. I don't know why he threw that. It was just terrible. He deserved to get benched for that. And then Carson Wentz, when he came in, he was good. Although it was mostly checkdowns, dink and dunks, he was good. 12 for 16, 123 yards, one touchdown. I love the back shoulder pass to Curtis Samuel for the touchdown. So that was good from Carson Wentz. If I had to choose who to start next week for the Browns game between Taylor Heinicke and Carson Wentz, I definitely choose Carson Wentz. Taylor Heinicke, he wasn't great today. He really wasn't. So I'd choose Carson Wentz. I think he can win us next week's game, and even the Cowboys game maybe. But I'm not gonna go too far because the Cowboys were really good against the Eagles today. I think they had like 4 or 5 turnovers against the Eagles today, and they look really good today against the Eagles. As for our running game, really wasn't good. A total of 33 carries, 79 yards. Not good at all. The 49ers defense, like I said, really good defense. Especially their run defense, it's really good. I think they're giving up around like less than 80 rushing yards a game to their opponents. So that's really good. That's a dominant defense right there. So the 49ers have been playing really good defense and really good offense so far this season. Brian Robinson, 22 carries, 58 yards. We tried to give the ball to Brian Robinson a lot, but like I said, the 49ers defense, dominant, couldn't really do much. Jonathan Williams, he had 3 carries, 13 yards. He had a couple nice carries. Antonio Gibson, 5 carries, 10 yards. He couldn't get anything going, really. So, yeah, that's the running game. Receiving game, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and Curtis Samuel all dominated. Terry McLaurin, that unbelievable catch, that throw from Taylor Heinicke was pretty good, and Terry McLaurin just brought that down. Terry McLaurin, an absolute beast. I mean, this is why he made the Pro Bowl. This is why he's a top 10 wide receiver, in my opinion, in the NFL. 4 catches, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. Insane. To Jahan Dotson, future top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. 6 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. That one drop in the beginning of the game, though, where it was a good ball by Taylor Heinicke. Jahan Dotson dropped it. It should have been a touchdown. The sun kind of got in the way, though, but Jahan Dotson still should have caught that. But he did redeem himself later in the game with getting the touchdown in the red zone. So, I like the way Jahan Dotson played today. Curtis Samuel was pretty good as well. 5 catches, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown came off of the back shoulder pass from Carson Wentz. So Curtis Samuel was really good. This trio of wide receivers are awesome, absolutely awesome. Our tight ends, Logan Thomas, he's got to go this offseason. I love Logan Thomas. He was good in 2021, but ever since he got injured in 2021 against the Raiders, I think Yannick Ngakoue went a little to his knee. He just hasn't been the same. He just hasn't. And it's just time for him to go after the season ends. So I love Logan Thomas, but he just has to go. And then the defense, like I said, didn't play great. David Mayo, 9 total tackles. Jamin Davis, 8 total tackles, as well as Jeremy Reeve. Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne had pretty good days. Benjamin St-Juste was solid. Like I said, Derek Forrest wasn't the best today. Montez Sweat got some pressures, and Chase Young was pretty good today as well. So that's about it. Kick returning, Antonio Gibson, he fumbled the kick return, one of the kick returns, and it set us up with a really, really bad field position inside the 10-yard line. So Antonio Gibson, that was really bad from Antonio Gibson. He's got to step up his kick return game. I didn't like what I saw from him in terms of kick returning. So that's basically about all it from today's game. Let me know how you guys think in the comment section down below. And it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.